Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a really odd stand that you can put a Christmas tree on, all made out of magnets. The magnets that you're going to need are like the stick ones with the metal balls that stick together, those ones. Now first you're going to need 22 balls. Now you don't need these exact colours, but I recommend you do because it will look cooler. So you need 12 red ones. You also need 8 green ones. You also need 12 yellow ones. Also 8 blue ones and 4 orange ones. We're going to start off by making our Christmas tree. Now the way that we make this Christmas tree is first making a square, each side made of one stick. So just grab some of your balls and start making that. Your square should look something like this. Now we have these 4 sticks left, and all we need is 1 ball for this last part. Now first what we're going to do is get your pieces in a 4 rod like this. Sorry. Now you're going to split this in half and put the ball in the middle of it, so it should look like that. Now you're going to take these end sticks off. Now these sticks need to go, you see the ball, they need to go, that's repelling like that, and the same with the other one. Now you should have like a cross sort of shape like this with a ball in the middle. Now we're going to get our square, and this cross shape, we're going to connect one of the ends of the sticks to one of these balls, just like that. And now keep doing that with all of the ends of the sticks. Now your Christmas tree is done and it should look something like this. Sadly there is no star. Let me just edit one in real quick. There we go, lovely. Now that we've made our beautiful Christmas tree, we're going to put that to the side. And now we're going to make the base of the structure that is going to hold up the Christmas tree. Now, the first things that we're going to want to get are all of our blue pieces. Now, what we want to do is create a big square out of these, and it's going to be 2 sticks per side. Now, the way we're going to do this is, what I like to do is split them into 2s. It really shouldn't have took me like 40 seconds to split those apart. But now we should have these parts, and we just want to put a ball on the end of each one. Now that we've done that, we can just connect them up into a square. Now we should have something like this. Now this is not it. We also need to put 1 ball in between each of these. This is an example of what all the sides should look like. Now just do that with all of the sides. You should hopefully end up with something like this. Now that we have this square, we're going to want to get our orange pieces. Now all we need to do is get 1 ball, and like we did earlier, we're going to make a cross out of it. Now that we have this cross and our square, we're going to connect these edges to these balls in the middle of the sides. That's why we made them. And just connect those up. Now you should have something like this. Now it might be a bit wonky from when you did it, so just straighten that up a bit. Now that you've done that, we need to get our yellow pieces. And what we're going to do with these is make 4 triangles with 1 stick for each side. Now before you make these triangles, you have to make sure you do them like this. So you don't have 3 balls, you just have 2. So one of where the edges meet, do not put a ball there. You'll see why in a moment. Now that you hopefully have your 4 triangles, then you should be able to do the next step easily. Now, the reason we missed out one of the balls is that we're going to connect these triangles to our square, and the part that's got no balls is going to attach sorry, the part that hasn't got a ball is going to attach to the middle of these edges like this. Now it should look something like this, and it should look really odd. This bit's even stranger, but it makes it stronger and less flimsy so that these triangles can't move around. Now you're going to move it to the side while you get your red pieces. Now you'll have some red pieces left over after this, which you'll see why in a moment. Now you are going to need some of these red parts, and you're just going to grab one, and you see the triangles. Well, you're going to connect these parts to the corners of the square. So the corners of the triangle has to go to the corners of the square, just like that. And you're going to do that on every single corner, like so. It should look like that with every single triangle. Now that you've done that, it should look something like this, and you should hopefully have 4 red ones left over. Now what we're going to do with this structure to make the Christmas tree go on it is this ball in the middle was actually just for show to hold everything together. So we can remove that ball, put it to the side, and now these orange parts are loose. Now we're going to bend them up just like that, not all the way, just a bit like that. And now you're going to get your pyramid, square base pyramid, and all the corners are just going to connect on to the orange bits. Now it doesn't matter if it's at a weird angle like mine, you can just sort it out and make sure it's all in the middle. Now you can just keep it like this and it works as a nice stand. It's kind of odd because the stand is a lot bigger than the tree, but if you want to use these leftover red parts and you're intrigued to know what they're for, now these outsides of the square, these parts can move up and down. Now if you move them all down, then the square should hover. If you did that, it's going to look even more odd, and it's kind of going to be even more lifted off the floor. Now it's going to be able to deform a load. So the reason we've got these is so that we can, so the only parts that haven't been connected all on this bottom floor is these parts. Now I think of them as like doorways, because all of this is a wall, but then you've got 4 little doorways. Now these doorways can be covered up with doors, and you can just simply slide a red part in. Now it's not going to fully reach unless you fiddle around with it a bit like that. Now just do that with all of the little doors. Now that you've done that, it's going to be a bit deformed still, and if you look and turn it round, it's just going to be straight triangles all the way around, which is good for us because triangles are strong. They're the strongest shape. Now, if you want it to look right, you can just make sure it's all formed correctly. And this blue bit is not going to look like a square anymore, so you can, because you've been messing around with it, so you can just make it look a bit more like a square. You've attempted to make your square more square. Maybe some of these sides can be sticking out a bit, so you could just push them in and just make it look all symmetrical and nice for you. Now that you've done that, you could even decorate it if you want. Oh, I have an idea. Before I used the brilliant idea that I was going to do of decorating it, I just came up with something. See these massive gaps? We could fill them up with something. Oh, let me try something. Oh, yes. We could do that all the way around. I never knew you could connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sticks on one ball. Let's do that all the way around. This thing is indestructible. The whole thing's made of triangles. It doesn't even look like a stand for my Christmas tree now. It looks like it's just a cool shape. I made this thing ages ago, and it's just a load of LED string lights in there. What if we take them out? I finally got them out of the bulb thing. Oh, if you're wondering where the battery is, I actually put it in this massive bulky switch. Now let's wrap them round it. What is this monstrosity? Let's turn the lights off. Maybe not. Well, hopefully you enjoyed making your, what do we call it? Flabbergastingly terrific, brilliant monstrosity. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And don't forget to subscribe, we're nearly at 60.